All right, that brings us to the last case, which is Mills and Mills. I see Rebecca Mills is here, and I suspect Mr. Mills is here in the Zoom booth.
Correct, Your Honor.
There are two matters on the docket. One is a protection order issue, which doesn't really belong here, but it's here. And then also there's a motion for temporary orders. Let me ask some questions before we start, just to help me understand where things are at. So where are the children right now?
They're with me.
Okay. And is that pursuant to a protection order that has been entered, or has that just been the case?
I did try to include them in the protection order. It looks like they weren't, and we were going to decide with this hearing where that fell.
Okay. And how long have, how long has it been since Mr. Mills has seen the children or had any contact?
I got the children on February 1st. And he was supposed to get them back around the 9th or the 10th. And I found what I believe was steroids. He has a long history of steroid use and other substances, including an arrest. And I was not comfortable giving the kids over to him for the visitation that we had agreed on. He did see them on the 25th briefly at his sister's house.
25th of February?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Tell me, Ms. Mills, what you'd like to see going forward.
I feel
Say the next month or two.
I feel very strongly about supervised visits. My reasoning for this is there's been a history of the substance abuse. There's been domestic violence in our relationship, negligence towards the children. I would love supervised visits every other weekend. My reasoning for this is he's always been supervised. I have been the primary parent since the day my children were born. He trusted me to be the stay-at-home mom with our children. He trusted me for 5 years to do that. I don't see why anything should change now. Also, Samuel allowed for him 30 minutes, maybe a day, to spend with the children and be available to them. He would spend 2 hours at the gym and come home and have 30 minutes while he was packing his lunch and eating his breakfast and showering, that he was available to the children. I added that up over 2 weeks. That is 7 hours every 2 weeks. So I feel very strongly about supervised visits every other
Who would
week.
you have be the supervisor?
I'm comfortable with his sister, Angela Lockyer.
What's her last name again?
Lockyer.
Okay. Okay. All right, Mr. Mills, I'd like to hear your response.
So the steroids, that was a mistake I've made in the past. I haven't steroids, and she said she thinks she found a novelty sticker. I believe there's photos included of that. The novelty sticker on it says 1 gallon. You're supposed to put it on a water jug and drink out of it as a joke. A friend gave it to me. And then she found a pill in a bag that was a painkiller because I don't have health insurance. And one of the times when I was watching the children, they got hand, foot, mouth and gave it to me. And so I had lacerations on my tongue, mouth, throat, and I couldn't even drink water. It hurt so bad. So my dad gave me old painkillers. I took them for a day and a half until the laceration started to heal enough to where it was tolerable. And then I didn't finish them. And that was in the cupboard. But she's trusted me with the kids. She left me with the kids when all of us were sick, so she could go spend time with her new boyfriend that she met online. And she would be in and out. She had no problem leaving me with the kids while she was sleeping over there.
What time frame are we talking about?
December through January, up until February, when she went to my house and believed she found steroids and then decided to just not let me have my children because we had a verbal agreement to be trading the kids every 5 days and we had been following that. But I don't believe that Rebecca is emotionally stable. I believe she's bipolar. And on the day that happened, my mother was in the house before she started rummaging for things to try and make a case out of. I put new photos on the wall of me and my children, and my mother said she saw her look at them and could see rage in her face. And then as soon as my mother left, that's when she started digging to try and find any excuse to not let me see my kids. Oh, may I address?
If I ordered supervised visits for a short period of time, would your sister, would that work out with your sister?
She would be okay with that, but I don't believe that it's necessary because Rebecca had no issue letting me have the kids for about 2 months. Like, just we would be trading days. She had no issue with that. She did not treat me as if I was an unfit parent. She trusted me to do it all. And then now she's just trying to make sure that she has a case against me and makes me look as horrible as possible.
Okay. Ms. Mills, any response?
I did put in my reply the dates in January that I had the children. I feel like he is making it sound like, oh, I just left for 2 months. I had the children January 2nd through 5th, January 12th through 17th, January 22nd through the 26th of January. And in his motion, he claimed that I neglected them, that I left for 2 weeks. I was never gone for 2 weeks. I was
the children, the times you didn't have them.
What was that? Sorry.
Were the children with Mr. Mills when you did not have them?
Yes, they were.
Okay.
And they were with him until I found some things around the house that were very concerning.
And Your Honor, may I address?
Yeah, briefly, and then I'll tell you what I think we need to do at this point, but go ahead.
The 30 minutes a day thing isn't true. I would wake up before everybody and I would go to the gym. And then inevitably, while I was finishing up at the gym, everyone would wake up. I'd come home, I'd eat breakfast, I'd visit, I'd get ready to go to work. And then I'd go to work. But when I'd come home in the evening, I'd still be with my kids. I'd still bathe them. I'd still put them to bed. So that's just not true.
All right. So like the last case where there's issues regarding the children, I typically will appoint a guardian ad litem to investigate the situation. So we need to do that in this case.
We already have one.
Oh, who is that?
I'm not sure, but I know that we have a date set for that already.
This is news to me, Your Honor.
I don't think it's appointed in this case.
I've been served multiple papers. None of them mention a guardian ad litem.
I'm looking through my papers now.
Let me,
My mother helped me fill some of these out because I've been working. There might be a new one that I filed, if anything.
That your mother filed.
is there a GAL in another
There
case?
is not a GAL appointed, there's a motion to appoint a
Oh.
GAL.
Okay, there's a motion to appoint a GAL.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Makes sense. I think that's where we need to go at this point.
Mhm.
All right, so let's take care of that appointment right now, and then I want to tell you how we'll deal with visitation for at least 4 weeks going forward. So we're going to give you 3 names. If you know any of these people, let me know. If not, then I'll tell you who we'll go with. Go ahead.
Tina Day,
Excuse me?
Tina Day,
Okay. Tina Day,
Twyla Corey,
Twyla Corey, and Keith Lawrence. Do any of you know any of those folks? Okay. So I'm going to appoint Tina Day. We usually just take the top name on that rotation. She will be reaching out to both of you. At this point, I'm going to require that you both pay 1/2 of her fee. If you feel you can't afford that, you can file a financial declaration in this case, and I can consider whether to have the county pay part of the fee. Okay.
Okay.
So I've reviewed both the protection order request and the temporary order in the family law case. The protection order is case number 23-20018-308. Then the family law matter is 23-30007-208. In the protection order case, there were concerning texts that basically amounted to threats. And based on that, I think supervised visits at this time make sense. I'm not saying that that's going to be the case forever. I'm not saying that anybody's a bad parent here. I'm just saying that those texts raise concerns for the court. So I'm going to order visitation. If I don't know what the sister's schedule is, if she can stay overnight with the children, then I'm okay with the Saturday to Sunday, say Saturday at 10 to Sunday at 6. If she can't stay overnight, then it's going to have to be just a daytime visit. But whenever the children are with Mr. Mills, until our next review date, the sister will need to be the supervisor.
Can I make a comment? She is a stay-at-home mother, and I am completely comfortable with the children spending the night there if she's open to it. And I don't care how late Samuel stays, as long as they're supervised by his sister.
Okay.
I'm open to it.
So you're okay with both the sister and the mother? Am I saying that right? You said,
No, not the mother. No. I
you
am not
said there's
comfortable
a
with
stay-at-home who?
his sister is a stay-at-home mom, so her availability is pretty open.
And they live together?
No.
They don't, okay. So where are you expecting these visitations to take place?
At her home is what I would like.
At her home overnight?
Yes, yes. If
Okay.
she's open to overnight, if not, the schedule is fine.
All right, I'm going to be a little more specific here. So if the sister is available and willing, then the visits can be Saturday at 10 to Sunday at 6.
Yes.
Okay. If the sister's not available, then I'm going to order, well, if she's not available for overnight, she still needs to be present.
Yes.
Your Honor, if I may.
Just a minute. Then I think we're looking at Saturday from 10 to 6 every other week. Go ahead, Mr. Mills.
I mean, my mother is competent and she is able to stay the night with me and supervise.
Absolutely not.
I'm at this point, I'm going to take the recommendation of Ms. Mills. Again, all of this can change once the guardian ad litem gets a chance to talk to everybody. But I'm going to take the recommendation of Ms. Mills at this point. So what about sometimes we allow telephone visits in between any, has there been any telephone or video visits?
He has not asked about them. He hasn't asked for a phone call. He hasn't asked for a photo. Our children have been sick off and on since Christmas. I mean, with one thing or another, I'm sure us splitting up has done a lot on their little immune systems. But I mean, he knew our son was sick and didn't check in once. I am open to a video call. I'm open to it, but I haven't seen an effort.
Your Honor.
Go ahead.
That's not true. I have texted her and I have proof of a text saying, please let me see my children. And it didn't go over well. And so I stopped asking. And that's why I'm here today, because asking causes fights. So
Okay.
I refrained
One
from that.
time.
All right. Well, I've ruled how I want the visits to go. I would like, I'll agree to one video visit a week. So there should be every week there should be a video visit.
Okay, about how
Are
long?
you able to communicate either by text or is there some protection order that prevents you from doing that?
I have a no contact order.
Let's go through the sister, I guess, and you can arrange video visits that way.
Okay.
Okay.
And then I
And
have,
let's have the first weekend of these visits, March 11th and 12th. And that will give everybody a chance to prepare for that.
That's the in-person.
In person with the sister overnight.
Did you say 11th and 12th?
11th, March 11th to Sunday the 12th.
Okay, thank you, Your
And
Honor.
then every other weekend. So the next one would be the 24th and 25th. I'd like to be back here on March 29th with everybody.
okay.
We're going to see how those visits have gone, and the guardian ad litem may not have all of her research done, but we may have some. So we can see what direction we're going to go. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
I have a question.
I have an order that was provided for the 15th hearing, and you should sign that and move to the background. So they have a hearing set for that GL.
Oh, you have a hearing set, I guess, on April 15th to appoint a GAL on March 15th. So we're taking care of that now.
Okay, so don't show
So
up.
we're going to strike that hearing. And I'll go through your order when I'm done here in appointing a day. Okay.
Thank you. I have a question.
Okay, briefly. Yes.
About the visitation. Are there any forms we have to fill out or filing that with the court or anything, or we just handle it on our own?
Yeah, handle it on your own. I'm going to do what's called a bench order, which will outline what I've ruled. If you need to come up and get a copy of that so that you have an order in your hand, that will be fine.
Okay.
All right. Okay. When Ms. Day contacts both of you, it's best to cooperate as much as you can. helps the court out and we can move this forward as soon as possible. Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you both. We'll see you back here on March 29th.
Thank you.